good morning. It's the next day. We didn't get everything done before family started arriving to eat yesterday. And I really appreciate when the kids bring things in to cook and have a meal. And it just goes to show that it's real life around here. Nothing goes as planned. Tyler, my son-in-law, came in and he grilled pork chops and chicken. Katie had coleslaw and French onion dip and chips, and we had hamburger buns, and we were able to have a meal and sit down and eat. Gracie's cake, the Mountain Dew cake that you can see over here, it may have been a little too brown, almost to the point of burnt, and that was my fault. In between of making my chicken and rice soup, I forgot about the cake. She had to leave and go with Henry and Ben to get some supplies at Tractor Supply because, you know, Henry was fencing. So it just goes to show that, you know, things still happen, but we still ate the cake. It was still really good. It's a little browner than we like. I'm not even for sure that we had footage of showing the bread coming out of the oven, but the bread did really good. I love how this bread turns out. When I bring it out of the oven, I always put butter on it as soon as it comes out of the oven. And then once I get the butter on the top, then I'll take it out of the pan. There's still dishes left over from last night and some cleaning up that I'll need to do this morning, but that's okay. So what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and make breakfast for the family this morning. And I am going to make some gravy, and we're going to use the biscuits we made yesterday. And we'll have breakfast, and then we're headed off on different things we need to get done today. Okay, let's check on this sausage. Yep. I set the timer for the biscuits. Time to go ahead and get our eggs. I will make my gravy last. As soon as these biscuits they're getting close to being done. I'll be right back. I have to go downstairs and get the potatoes that I almost forgot. Now when we had our potatoes on hand, I would dice up potatoes and then put the peppers and onions, but this is the winter time. So I just grabbed the Great Value ones with peppers and onions. I really love it. I'm just going to use one of the pans we've already used. This is one of the pans I'm going to cook bacon on. It's not going to hurt anything. That's our biscuits, and I already looked at them. They look ready. I had learned that these potatoes like to cook in a real hot oven also. So I will season them and put other things on them halfway through the cooking process. So our eggs should be getting close, so I'm going to have to start focusing on them. I do think that that's one thing in the kitchen. I used to work in several gas stations. You know, I was 16, and then I worked in another one at 19. And that's what a lot of people struggled with, was getting food ready, and you're pretty much a short order cook, and you have the rest of the food going, especially at breakfast time. A lot of the places had a breakfast bar that you would have to serve it to them. But a lot of people just had trouble getting stuff done, and it is hard. And I think all those years too of having 4 children, I did sometimes feel like a short order cook, but now I did things a little different. If I cooked something, now I tried to always make sure I had something that each of the kids enjoyed. I didn't, but if I cooked it and it was on the table, that was your choice. I wasn't going to cook a bunch of other items, which most of our breakfast consists of either toast, eggs, and a protein, or, are you kidding me? That's a mosquito. It's March. I'm not ready for mosquitoes. Oh well, I'll have to find that one and hunt him down. But, or consist of like biscuit and gravy, or you could do biscuit and jelly, or biscuit sandwich. I also used to do French toast or pancakes, potatoes. There's options. So, my kids did eat some cereal, but we ate cereal mainly for a snack, not really breakfast. I've never been able to fill up on cereal for breakfast unless it's a whole grain, like it's got oats and nuts or something in it. Then I was able to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna put in some salt in our pan. I've just got it on low. And we're gonna put in all-purpose flour. This is just regular all-purpose flour. I take it out of the bags because I buy it in bulk. So it just depends on how much grease you have in here based on how much flour you're gonna need. Usually 2 tablespoons, sometimes 3, and I'll leave it here just to see, because this is your thickener. This is what's gonna thicken. So, pepper and salt's what makes your gravy. Seasonings. And I don't know if you can see, but this is kind of crumbling up there. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to leave it on low and let it cook that. Now, a lot of my family doesn't like brown gravy. They like white gravy. So I'm trying to not cook it too long. But this is what I had on hand today. Let's check these biscuits real quick. No, not done. So, let's go another 4 minutes. And then I add in whole milk. It's better to add a little than a lot, because if you add too much, you're never going to get it thick. And I'm just going to stir it here. And I haven't turned the heat up because I'm going to get all of these pieces broken up into this milk. Now broken up, so we're going to turn our heat up a little bit. You can't leave gravy at this time, because when it starts thickening, if you're not stirring it, it's just going to turn into a blob. Kind of not what you want to pour over your biscuits. Continue to stir these eggs here. gravy is now starting to thicken. So now I'm going to turn the heat off. And this is the time that I also want to taste my gravy. See? More pepper and more salt. That's the biscuits. All right. Throw this in. Now, some of my family doesn't really like them real brown, so I have to be careful not overdo it. This is when we're going to slide it off the heat. We're going to add in a little bit more milk. Stir it in there. Actually, I'm going to pull it back because I turned the heat off. Let it just sit there. Our eggs should be done now. We're just finishing up. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off. Cast iron, it holds heat. I say this time those biscuits are done. Those potatoes up here. Crank that oven about to 450. But we gotta watch them, so they will burn if we ain't careful. Go ahead and move some of these onto here. I'm going to stir these around here. So they're pretty much done, but now I like to let them get a little brown, and this is where I go ahead and put the seasoning on them. So I use this Montreal steak mix, but a little goes a long way. You can overdo it. I have one daughter that doesn't know that. She will make it where you can't eat it. And then I have some garlic and herb butter here. And I just put just a little bit in here. And then I just mix it up again. And pop it back in the oven. Probably about 8 minutes or less. Then I'm going to taste the gravy again. Clean my spoon here. I think this is going to be perfect this time. Yep. Really good. And that is homemade gravy. So the only thing we're waiting on is those potatoes. We have a new baby calf on the ground, so we'll be headed over to take care of that calf, and we would appreciate you considering subscribing. Until next video, see you next time.